All right. Hey, Twisted listeners. I'm Cindy,
And I'm Diva
and this is Twisted Listers, a podcast about murder.
and Liz.
And I think that's how I say it, right? Twisted listeners?
Right?
I think so. I don't know. That's what I'm
Sure.
doing
We
now.
forgot. Our brains are jello.
Our brains are mush. My boss is like, like, she just had, she had her baby like about a month after you had yours, and
Yeah.
she's like, I can't like remember. Like, my memory's not good right now. That's what she said. That made me laugh. She said, my memory's not good right now. And I was like, oh,
It's never coming back.
you mean
Yeah.
anymore. The word you were
Goodbye.
looking for
Yeah,
is
anymore.
anymore. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
it's not right now.
Yeah.
It's
I've found myself
henceforth.
apologizing all the time for like saying the wrong thing or spacing, forgetting the name of something. And I'll just say like, oh, postpartum brain, or like, look, I had a baby. I'm sorry. Like, I don't.
I swear to God it gets worse, or I'm like going down a bad path, because I'll be like looking at Ollie and I'll be like pointing at his backpack. I'll be like, pick up your, and it's just there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
there. That word does not exist for like 30 seconds. I'll be like,
Yeah.
backpack. And then he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Anyway, this is part one of Road Rage.
Mm-hmm.
On top of us being super busy, or us, me, I mean, you are, but I'm, super busy and behind on the podcast, I fucking deleted this the first time we recorded it. So we're recording it again,
Yes.
and we're going to pretend to be shocked at the things we tell each other. What really bums me out is I feel like Road Rage Part 2 was a good ass episode. Like, I feel like we were flowing.
Mm-hmm.
One I felt was also like super flowy, and I was like really enjoying it. So
Yeah. Well,
hopefully we capture it
we'll just
again.
reenact it and, try to
Okay.
do it justice and just pretend you forgot anything I said and vice versa.
Okay. And the other thing is, I think I was like giving shout outs to people who like requested this.
Mm,
Ugh, I feel so bad. I'm sorry. Also, we have so many emails from people that we have not been keeping up on. I'm sorry. We love you. Please keep emailing us. We'll get to you guys all, I promise. Uh anyway, that's it. I'm sorry. Here's take 2 of part 1.
perfect.
Is there anything else we want to talk about before we just get back into it, or like,
No,
I guess,
let's do
right?
it.
All right, let's do it. I
Okay.
chose, so you go first.
Okay. Bip bop boop. Oh yeah. Boop, 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 boop. I'm like, what case is this? Oh yeah.
There's that memory.
I got so embroiled in my second one that of fucking Tammy that I'm like, I forgot what
Dude,
happened. Okay.
Tammy. Although this
That
one's fucking great
This
too, as
one's
I
gnarly too.
remember. Yeah.
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 Okay.
All right.
So this is the case of Yancy Noll, which I know
Ugh.
very well now here on my second reading.
Mhm.
This happened in Seattle in 2012. Yancy was 42 at the time. He was an extremely wholesome dude by all accounts. There's a huge density of people saying really nice things about him. He loved his dog. He loved his girlfriend. He loved his job. He worked at Quality Food Centers, a store as a wine steward. It's just something I think also that like Grocery Outlet has something. There's like a wine like valet type of job. And also just to shout out, my late stepdad worshipped those wine people, and he would go hang out with them at 7 a.m. and buy like 500 wines and just like socialize with the wine men.
I love
So
that.
it's like
Is it like
near and
a
dear.
it's like a sommelier, but like not with the like
Yeah,
super expensive education kind of deal?
kind of. Yeah, it's just as someone who just stays only in that part of the store and just like
And they know
gives
all
you
about the wine.
facts on the wine. Yeah.
I like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
he's passionate about fine wines, at a clearly a budget price, which I love. Uh,
All good things.
Yeah, he also volunteered in his spare time to teach kids how to rock climb. He was really outdoorsy, and he volunteered for Habitat for Humanity, like
So he's just
extremely
like
wholesome.
the best guy ever. He's
Yes,
just like
cuddly,
the
wholesome
best.
man. Yes.
Ugh,
Um, yeah, you know what's coming.
I do.
August, even if you didn't know, you would know.
Yeah, right,
Like
exactly.
anytime someone is like a really really nice guy, it's like or person, it's like dun dun dun.
Like they
Um,
are dead. They are
yeah,
dead.
they're dead.
We're talking about them in
Um,
past tense.
yeah.
Ugh.
So August 31st, 2012, it's just past 7 p.m. and Yancy was driving home from work. He was stopped in his beat up red Subaru, which, fits with his whole persona.
So perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. At a light at the 15th Avenue. By the way, Subarus are nice. I'm actually looking into getting a second car, and I was like, I'll get a used Subaru. Oh, still expensive. It's like
Oh,
still
they're so
really
expensive. But
expensive.
can I tell you,
They're cool.
I was on the freeway doing like 65 and a Lincoln Navigator. I don't know if you know what those are, but they're like
Mm-hmm.
huge
I
SUVs.
think I've seen them. Yeah.
Veered across two lanes and smashed into my Subaru into the
Oh,
driver's side door where Rory was sitting in the driver in the or I mean the
holy
passenger
shit.
side door and Rory was the passenger. Not only did he not get injured at all with this woman
Yeah.
driving that fast, but I was able to drive my car off of the freeway and then just keep
That's
driving it.
dope. Yeah, they're super
They're
safe,
fucking
right?
tanks. Yeah.
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 No,
And mine was
kind
a
of.
red beat up one. When you said that, I was like, I used
Hey.
to have that. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Good,
Yeah.
good taste.
Worth the
Yeah,
money.
they're super safe.
Yeah.
If you got a lead on a cheap Subaru, let me know. Uh,
No, I'll look around.
yeah. So he's sitting there at this intersection when a silver BMW Z4 convertible pulled alongside him, and the driver opened fire into
Okay.
Yancey's car.
Hmm.
Witnesses then, because this is like a crowded intersection. This is not like a remote
Right.
alley or some shit. This is 15th Avenue Northeast and 75th Avenue Northeast for any Seattle listeners. And basically, all the people around in the various cars see this BMW leave super, super fast. They describe it as leaving, basically going from 0 to 60 in seconds away from the scene. It veered into the other lane. It ran a red light, and then it went so fast it even caught air as it was going over like the next hill. So it was like dramatically fleeing the scene.
You remember last time we had a conversation where I said I hate BMWs?
Yes, that's right. And I said that people, including myself, refer to BMWs as like a sentient species, the cars
Yes.
themselves.
Yes.
Like,
I
the
hate
BMWs.
BMWs. Yeah.
Yeah, the
And it's like, no,
BMWs do
dude.
this. Also, the one person in my entire extended friends and family network who I know loved BMWs and drove them was a horrific psychopath. So,
Yeah, they
um,
all are. It's like the
it's
worst of
interesting.
humanity drives
It's interesting.
BMWs.
Yeah,
If you're a listener and you drive a BMW and it's newer than like 1995,
check yourself.
check, check yourself. Oh my God, I was gonna say that. Like, what are you
Check
doing with your
yourself.
life?
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
yourself.
Look in the
I
mirror.
mean, yeah.
What's going on with you? Yeah, that's true. Okay. I don't even know
Oh,
why.
okay.
Like, what? It's just something. And anytime
It's
someone cuts you off or does an asshole thing in the road, you look
it's
over and you're like,
always a
God,
Beamer.
BMW, and you shake your fist.
Teslas are making a
Oh
run
no,
for it.
that's true.
They're trying to be the
That's
new
true.
Beamer, but they're
Mm-hmm.
not there yet. And both of them suck. Like
Yep.
just
Yeah.
all right. Anyway, so
Okay.
this asshole Beamer is
Yes.
fucking flying through the air.
Yeah. So after the BMW flees, actually another witness in his car actually gave chase and tried to catch up with the BMW, but couldn't because he was going so fucking fast. But
Mm,
he tried to get him.
okay.
Um, Shortly after, obviously, Yancey was found dead in his car. His hands were on the steering wheel, and he
Okay.
had been shot 4 times in the head.
Oof.
Yeah,
That's rough. That's so
brutal.
fucking rough. Yeah,
Um,
it
and
is.
someone's obviously aiming, right? This is not like a what's it called? Just like spraying randomly. Like they meant to
They
kill him.
shot him in the head. Like they
Yeah.
meant to shoot him where they shot him. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Witnesses also who saw the suspect, they didn't just see the car speedway, they also saw the fucking person driving it. So they get a really good sketch compiled, actually, and based off of the person I'm about to describe, it's very, very good, the sketch. And then they put that
Okay.
on the news combined with the info about the car, and that gives. They immediately get a tip to look at one Thomas Din Bowman, who goes by Din Bowman.
Hmm.
He is 28, and I will tell you a little bit about Din. He was an engineer who was described as a quote unquote boy genius because he started college at age 12, and by his early 20s had founded a robotics company.
Hmm.
So he's sort of, a little, I'll spoiler alert, very narcissistic, full of himself, but very smart, kind of little nerd man.
So it's a shitty little dude.
He's a shitty little dude for sure. His smarts are
Mhm.
wasted on someone who's very self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Um, and he's got a wife, Jennifer Bowman, and they also, once they figure out who this guy is, they realize he lives only blocks from the crime scene. So it's very stupid that he was fleeing that fast to go like 2
To go like
blocks.
4 blocks,
That's
yeah.
yeah. When they
God.
first talk to Din, he's super unbothered, super casual. He even complains to the detectives interviewing him that this is taking too long. He's like, "How long is this gonna take?" You know?
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah,
busy man.
so busy. Yeah.